Hey everybody, Seth with Everyman Prepping here, and I'm back. Yes, it's been about a week or so. I took a few days of vacation with the family. The kids are going back to school soon, so I want to spend some quality time with them, go out and have some fun. We all need to have fun now because, there's a lot of doom and gloom out there and uncertainty what's going on, but still got to go out there and try to have fun when you can, so did that. Also been hardcore in the, outside activities with the gardening and the orchard and the prepping and all. In fact, just this morning, myself and my son, we water glassed some eggs for the first time. I wanted to do it first before I put out a video for you guys, but we tried it. We did about 2 half-gallon jars. In fact, let me go get them. I can show them to you real quick there. Let me go pause this really quick here. Okay, look at this. We're back. This is water glassed eggs. There's 16 in here. We made 2 jars. These are half-gallon ball jars. Pickling lime in there, hydrated, I think it's calcium hydroxide, but it's basically hydrated lime. You want to get the food grade stuff, but you do 1 ounce for a quart of water. You mix it up, and then you put the eggs in there. Very clean eggs, got to be fresh eggs, never washed, never refrigerated. Basically, straight from the chicken. You can hold them on the counter until you have enough. I found that 16 fit very well in here, so we did this. It's supposed to be good for 18 months, 2 years or so. I'm gonna try in about 6 months. I'll let you guys know what it came out, how they tried, but easy to do. In fact, kids can do it. It's a great task for them to get into the prepping and do stuff. So that was this morning. That went pretty cool and so enjoyed that. But let's get on to some of these news stories that we're talking about. And I'm going to go back in time for some stuff that happened a few days ago to stuff today. Just hitting into some of the important things that I've keyed on recently. And the first thing you see here is we got a Biden here. And we know he's been screwing up ever since the debate. And there's this big debate in the Democratic world. Should Biden step down? Should he stay in? And this is what's, troubling me with this one. This is the video where he called Zelensky Putin, and he said, instead of saying Kamala Harris was the vice president, he said it was Trump. He's been screwing up all over the place. Like I said, after the debate, there's been calls for him to step down. Super mega donors, like some ones that are up to $90 million in donations, are putting them on hold now. What is not concerning to me, but what I find super interesting, I'd love to hear your opinions down below. Write down below why you're doing that. Hit that like button while you're doing that. It's right next to the comment section there. Subscribe if you haven't done so. Share this video, all that stuff. But the Democrats are usually, lock solid, in line, everybody towing the party line, everybody on the same message. They never falter. Even if someone does something atrocious, like delete someone from the world, like Hillary or John Robert Kennedy, Obama, if things like that happen, they're still, that's my guy, that's my person, that's my woman, we're staying in line. This time, not happening. You got a lot of celebrities coming out. You got Clooney saying he needs to step down. He just did like a $30 million fundraiser for him. You've got athletes saying to step down. You got governors. But then you got people saying he should stay in. Governor Newsom, he said, I'm not getting the race. You need to follow Biden. And then you have George Soros' son, who, he put out a post on X saying, we need to stop fighting amongst ourselves and go for, follow behind Biden. We need to push Biden to the victory. On a side note, he's marrying Huba Aberdeen, Hillary's old right-hand, lady, I guess you'd call it, or whatever, the person that helped Hillary do everything. That's totally weird. I don't know what's going on with that, because you got, Soros' son, who has been thought of as being of the persuasion not to like women, let's say, marrying Huba Aberdeen, which is 10 years older. She's 48. She used to be married to the pedo guy who, went to jail or whatever he did. Very strange setup there. No idea what's going on in that demonic world or whatever's happening over there. But that's a side note. I'm sidetracked. Let's get back on the Democrats. They are confusing the heck out of me. They're fighting amongst each other. Some saying he needs to go. Some needs to say he needs to stay. Who knows what's going to happen? You got a lot of pundits out there, a lot of Democratic lawyers saying that Biden can't step down because in 3 key states, I think it's Ohio, Pennsylvania, and one other one, he's on the ballot and they can't remove him from the ballot. It would take the state legislator to move him, and those state legislators are Republicans, so they probably won't do that. So they would lose those 3 states if they did switch to, let's say, Kamala, which people are saying they should do, which again boggles my mind. I can't imagine you'd want to put her in there. I don't know what, it's just a mess on the Democrat side, and I don't know. They usually, like I said, they usually have a plan. They're very smart. They're very tactic. So I don't know what's going to happen if he stays down or not. If you're a Trump supporter, like I've said in the past, you want him to stay in because he's the most beatable candidate out there. But that's just a total mess going on. Obviously, he's not fit to run the country. We all know that. Everybody can see that. People are starting to say it now. So why are they trying to say it? Write down below why you think people are starting to say that now. But let's move on from there and let's go to this. So you got the hurricane. I was updating you through community posts and on my X feed. If you're not on my Twitter/X feed, feel free to join. I'll put it down below where you can see. It's just Everyman Prepper. Not Everyman Prepping. It's too long. Can't put that many letters. So Everyman Prepper on Twitter or X now. And you can follow. I was updating. So they had a Category 1 hit through Houston. Over 1 million people without power. It says here. And, you know, it's still bad. There's lines for gas, lines for food. Like I put out then, this is why you prepare. It's not for SHTF. It's not for the aliens to come, for the EMP. Of course, it'll do that. But, you know, these people that prepared in the Houston area of Texas, they had food, they had water, they had generators. They were ready. They're not part of the masses trying to fight over that gallon of gas to put in their generator or to, you know, drive to another city to get food, whatever they're doing, trying to get water. So, example, why prepare? Prayers to all the people down there. Hopefully, you know, they can get, you know, their power back soon. It's hotter than blazes down there. It's humid. So if you're in one of those areas, you lose power, make sure you have either enough backup power to run an AC for a room, or you have a lot of fans or something else to cool you. You got to stay cool, especially the elderly, the young. You don't want them to stroke out, you know, to heavy stroke. So moving on from there, we had this come out. You know, the CPI numbers came out just this previous week, Thursday, saying that there's deflation actually. I don't know. Are you feeling deflation? I don't know. I'm not feeling deflation. But according to the government, there's some deflation out there. From May's numbers to June, 0.1% deflation overall in the CPI. Like I said, they're just cooking the books and all that to make it look good, you know, because we do have an election coming up. And there will be a Fed cut in September because there's not a meeting in October. So they got to lower it in September for, you know, the November election. Then who knows what happens after that. But let's see what this says here. So we say prices have deflated for a range of items like physical goods, airfare, gas, some grocery items. I don't know what grocery items they're talking about. They probably haven't been at the store, according to the CPI. Gas, my gas around my area has gone down. It is a little strange because usually summer goes up. I'll give them that. Physical goods, now you're not sure exactly which ones they're talking about. They're very cryptic. Airfare, I don't know if that's gone down or not. It's getting towards the end of summer where when you're taking trips later on, as kids go back to school and airfares drop naturally. It says here the U.S. economy is even seeing some prices deflate for consumers. Let's see what they're talking about. Here's the chart. Apples down 12%. I don't know. You've seen a 12%. Who's buying apples? Write it down below. Ham, potatoes, rice, cheese, roasted coffee, breakfast cereal, frozen, dried, prepared foods, fresh milk. I know fresh milk ain't going down. It's the same price it's been since the high. It hasn't gone down at all for me over here. I don't know about you guys. Seafood and tomatoes. Then they have gas. So I'd love to hear your comments in this section here. If you want to pause the video and screenshot this, whatever, and look at what they say is going down in price, and you can tell me if you're seeing anything close to this. Calculators, dishes, used cars and trucks. I think used cars and trucks have gone down because, well, people don't have money to run them, can't pay the insurance on them. They're selling them, so the prices are going down. There's more on the market. Car and truck rentals, laundry equipment, television, airfare, computers, health insurance. Definitely not gone down. No idea why that's on the list. Infant and toddler apparel, motels and hotels. I can tell you, like I said, just went on a small vacation. Definitely not cheaper than they've been. Pretty damn high. Windows, kids' footwear, new cars, tires, etc. Now, most of the stuff on the list, what do you notice? These aren't staples. These, you know, there's little food items here, but this is stuff we really don't need. And they even say, well, if we take out food and energy, you know, those pesky food and energy prices, we get that 0.1% decline, you know. And that's the last thing I highlighted. Commodity prices, excluding those related to food and energy, you know, because we don't, you know, who needs food and who needs to heat and cool their house and have lights on and drive their vehicle to go to work? Who needs that stuff? Those are corrugates, have declined 1.8% on average since June 2023. Like I said, you know, when you got an election coming up, you kind of get some funky numbers. So, love to hear what you guys think about this. Moving on from that, we got Taiwan, China. There's wave of missiles tests going on from China. China's been sending 40, 50, 60 planes over the median line. They're ramping up over there. So keep your eye on China. and Taiwan. This is, I want to put out a little article you can see, but basically, like I said, I try to post almost daily. I follow a Taiwanese self-defense group that tracks how many incursions there have been, and they've been quite high. China will move on Taiwan. It just won't be a takeover over time and Taiwan gives up. There's going to have to be actual boots on the ground there. And so that will happen. Who knows when? Probably soon, though. Lastly, let's look at this picture here. This is in Gaza. It says something massive has been struck by the Israeli Air Force in the coastal town of Al-Mawasi near Khan Yunis in southern Gaza. I heard they're going after the top defense guy, the top military guy within Hamas. There's reports that these are JDAMs, 2,000-pound bombs. 5 of them dropped in one area. Mini mushroom cloud. Yeah, not much has survived in that. So Hamas, Gaza getting pummeled once again. And if you've seen the pictures, they're out there. You can look at them. Gaza basically looks like when you see a dystopian apocalyptic film that they made there where everything's destroyed, except this is in reality, and it's a huge area. Every almost building's demolished and destroyed. I don't know how that place is going to recover. I mean, people say, well, it's full of terrorists, it's full of Hamas. Yeah, there's some in there, but there's also good people, and I don't know how they're rebuilding that. And I just think with every big, giant, huge bomb like this that they drop and it takes out civilian people, they're basically creating more martyrs, more enemy, more terrorists are going to come back at them. So I don't know if this is the right way that Israel needs to be going at it with these giant bombs as opposed to sending troops in to do what they need to do and not have the huge casualties that they're having. Lebanon, they're lobbing tons of missiles today into northern Israel. That hasn't kicked off. Actually, I thought it would by now. We'll see what happens. But that's due to go off soon. It seems to be a little lull over there. There's still, like I said, rockets going over, UAVs going over, and then Israel will strike back. It hasn't gotten much bigger, but it's still just at a simmering point. But that'll happen soon. That's all I have for you. Like I said, I just got back in the swing of things. More videos to come. Love to hear how you guys have been doing, what you've been up to. You got about a month or so before, if you have kids, they go back to school and they start that whole routine once over again. So you got some time to finish up. We're getting in towards August. Your garden should be in it well enough where you need to start preserving things by canning them, by drying stuff. I'm doing some drying of some fruit myself right now, dehydrating basically. So start planning. Make sure your canner's good to go. It's clean. It has all the seals well. You got your jars. You got your lids. Everything you need for your canning, your dehydrating, what you're gonna do. Stock up on it now because come August, just like every year, it disappears, and it might go faster this year. So that's all I have for you. Hopefully you got something out of this. Until next time, keep your ear to the ground and head on a swivel.